I'm trying to breathe, y'all. I'm trying to breathe as much as possible. Soon as we hit Savannah, got off of exit 94, she was trying to come out. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Lay, and I'm back with part 2 with my birthing story, and this one is about my daughter. So if you haven't seen part 1 about my son, go check it out, and it's in the link in the bio. So sorry I got no earrings on right now. The earrings was bothering my ears, so I had to take them out, so don't judge me. But anyway, so let's get into this video. So I had my daughter May 6, 2020. She was 41 weeks and 3 days late. So that's when I had her. She was a little different, okay? So she was my surprise baby because the year before, my son is 1.5 at the time, and at the time I wasn't taking my birth control because it was giving me really bad migraines. So I was like, maybe if I stop it, maybe I'll see how, if I need to get back on it or what. And you know how birth control can be, okay? It's just one of them things. And I also was eating really good. I was trying to lose weight, you know, from having my son, you know, trying to get back into shape. And I did. I was doing really good. So I was really, really healthy. And I guess my body was like, you gonna get pregnant. So here comes let's see, it was around August when I started feeling funny, and I was like, this is weird. I remember specifically when I did get pregnant, when I found out, I was at my friend's engagement proposal, and they wanted to do something afterwards, but I was like, nah, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. And you know, that sleep, pregnancy sleep is different. So I was like, something ain't right. But I wasn't thinking of nothing. So found out later on, I was like 5 weeks along in August. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm pregnant. And I was like, oh, please be a girl. Please be a girl. Okay. Because I didn't want to do this again. I was really one and done. But I was like, if this second one is a girl, I'm really finished after that. Like, I'm not playing around. So back to the story. Anyways, a little derailment. So we it's, I want to say 2 weeks before, I kept having contractions. Mind you, now this is during pandemic, so it's like around March, April, and we're home, so I can only go to my appointments by myself. With my husband drove me, and I had to go in there with the mats, and I would only go in there by myself. And this is at a birthing center, so it was really good to have a midwife this time around. I made sure I did all my research and everything. So that day, I went to go get checked. I didn't get my service check, because this time I wasn't getting my service check at all, because it wasn't necessary, because I remember how it was with my son, and learning and researching, knowing that dilation does not mean you're going to have a baby anytime soon. So I kept having these contractions starting 2 weeks before my due date, and nothing was happening. It would come, be consistent for a minute, it would completely stop, and it was doing this like almost every day. It was crazy. And they was like, well, we gonna check you know, your stomach and give you ultrasound. You know, they like, if anything else changes, you know, if it's consistent, then okay. But nothing was happening. I was like, OMG. So here comes my due date, nothing happens. Still going to my doctor's appointments to make sure everything cool. She's just in there chilling. So I was like, okay. So they was like, it was around 40 weeks and almost 41, and they was like, well, they're not going to induce me because they don't do inducing. So they was like, for a natural induction, possibly we was going to do the midwife brew, and then they had some concoction I could take. It was something mixed with castor oil and all kinds of stuff. So I got the stuff already. just to be prepared or whatever. And luckily, somebody the next day, so it's like 41 weeks and 2 days. So she was like, oh, I guess I'll come now. So it's May 5th. So I was like, oh, I hope she comes Cinco de Mayo. You know, that'd be funny. She comes Cinco de Mayo Taco Day. But she was like, yeah, I'll come. Yeah, but I'm gonna come when I want to. So it's May 5th. Early, it started at 5 a.m. Contractions was coming. It was consistent. I was like, okay, we'll see. I was not trying to get my hopes up because of what was happening 2 weeks before. So I was like, okay, doing what I was doing, take care of my son, making sure everything was still together, calling the people who I needed to call. Later that day, I called my doctor, my midwife, and she was like, okay, well, if they get to be 2 to 4 minutes away, 2 to 4 minutes apart, not away, then, call us back. Or start heading here, because I lived in Hinesville, so that's like 50 minutes away from the birthing center. So I was like, okay, so gotta make sure I get there in time. So I was just doing what I do. I didn't have my ball this time, but I was doing the spinning babies, so doing my squats, rocking back and forth on the floor on all fours. If you know what spinning babies is, just moving around, just kept moving as much as I could, breathing through my contractions, practicing my breathing while the contractions was happening before they started getting intense, and then I don't know how to breathe. Just doing everything I've been practicing this whole time, this whole pregnancy, because this time I really mentally prepared myself to have a natural birth. I was not, and then it had to be natural unless they was going to send me to the hospital, because one is the pandemic. So that was a different ball game. So again, I couldn't have none of my family with me except my husband. So that was good enough. But still, I was like, this is my second baby, and I still can't have my family. And then my mommy wasn't there this time because they really didn't have nobody there. They couldn't have no other people there other than either your doula or your spouse or whoever your caretaker was. So I was like, okay. So I'm laboring throughout the whole day, the whole time. I was taking it. I was a gangster this time, y'all. I was not playing around, okay? I was like, I'm laboring at home. I ain't leaving. We gonna do this thing here. And my husband was like, is it getting close? I said, no, it's like 10 minutes here, 5 minutes. It's still a little sporadic, but it's still consistent or whatever. He was like, no, all right. You quit playing. But I was just like, it's not bothering me. So it gets to be around, I want to say about 8 o'clock. And I didn't got my son already together, so he can go to bed, because you don't really know when it's gonna come. But I just had him prepared and made sure he just stick to his routine. So I had made sure he was about to go to bed at night. So I took a bath, and I called my doctor, and I was like, they getting pretty spread out. Pretty close together, I meant. And she was like, okay, well, if they get 2 to 4 minutes, and you call me back as quick as you can, and y'all head here, because I don't want you to be stuck out there, whatever. But she was like, she might not come till the morning, so just, try to get some rest with your son, and then, and just keep laboring, doing what you do. And I was like, okay. So I took a bath. So I'm in the bath, y'all. Obviously, the water was like, I'm gonna help you get this baby out. So them contractions amped up. I was like, this is the contractions I remember. And I started doing that, rocking it in that moment. And I was talking on the phone with my mom. I was on FaceTime with her while I was in the bath, so she could watch over me since my husband was in the room with my son. And I'm walking back and forth. She said, I think you might need to call you. You sure you don't want to go? I said, yeah. I said, I might just go ahead and head to Savannah and come to your house, since your house is closer to the birthing center. And then, I can just leave from there. She was like, okay, well, let me know. Call the doctor. So as soon as I get out, when I tell you, I went from active to transitional labor in an hour. I did. It was crazy. My body was not playing with me. So I was like, babe, we need to go. He was like, yeah, you want to go? Go ahead. We just gonna head to your mom's. I was like, yeah. I'm gonna call my doctor. And when I called my doctor, I couldn't speak this time. I was like, I said, we need to head to you. Like, I was like trying not to cry because it hurt so bad. It was all over my body. It was crazy. I was like, yeah, I need to head your way. She said, okay, well, I'm heading that way. Y'all go ahead and come head this way. So we didn't even have to come to the mall. She was like, head to us. So mind you now, I'm in Hinesville. I had to get dressed, even though I had my clothes by me. But I had to get dressed. So I did that. Put my clothes on. Yeah. I'm reminiscing, sorry y'all. Flashback. Put my clothes on while shaking, trying to breathe. And my son, I had to wake him up. My husband getting everything together, putting it in the car, put him in the car. We ready to go, and I'm having to stop and rock because they're that intense, and I can just feel her like she pressing down. So I'm doing that. So we get in the car. Had to drop my son off to his grandparents. My son's, not my son's, my husband's parents. So we dropped him off to their house. They took him. My mother-in-law was on it. She said, "Okay, see y'all later. Get on the road." Because I couldn't even talk. When I tell you, as soon as they got that boy out of that car, I got in that back seat, and I was just trying to be in any position. Y'all, I wish I could show you, but I was all over the place. Okay. I was all over the place. It was insane. And so 20 minutes in, I'm in a certain position where like I'm facing, like I'm holding on to the seat. And then I turn around and I'm trying to just lay. So in between contractions, I was just trying to rest. And then I come back up. My water breaks 20 minutes into the ride. We almost there, but we in midway. My water breaks, and my husband was like, "Did your water just break?" So it was that loud. It was that loud of a pop, and I was like, "Oh, it was so much relief, though. It felt so much better." But after that water break, you know, when your water break, it ain't no coming back. Okay, the baby coming. Yes, period. It's coming. So water break, and it's getting even more intense. And it was crazy. So he driving, my husband is booking it. I was like, "I don't care how fast you drive, just get there." So he was like, "Babe, we almost there. You doing good? You doing good?" "Yes, sir. How may I help you?" "Okay, go back there. I'll change it in a minute." So we doing that or whatever.
Many hours later.
Anyways, so yes, so my water breaks, everything. So we rushing, trying to get there. The midwife said she was there. She just waiting on us. I said, "Okay, we almost there." So I'm trying to breathe, y'all. I'm trying to breathe as much as possible. As soon as we hit Savannah, got off of exit 94, she was trying to come out. I was like it was like the urge to push, like I said, and I was trying hard to do my shallow breathing, so I didn't push because I was trying to get there. I did not want to have her in the car. So my husband is trying to get there 15 minutes, y'all. 15 minutes. And she is trying to get out. And I was like, "Babe, she coming. She is coming." I was like, OMG, this girl is going to come in the car, bro. Like literally trying to come out. And so I can feel her head. So we finally pull up, y'all. Her head is like right there at the, like it was crowning. So I had to waddle. She said, "Try to get out. You can get out the car." She said, "Try to see if you can walk over to the room." I said, "Okay." I waddled all the way back to that room. She told me to get on that bed, lay down, and lift my leg up to the side and push. 2 pushes, y'all. 2 pushes. She was out. I had my baby naturally. For real. Okay? She was not playing no games, wanting to come late, but she wanted to come quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay? And I screamed, like I almost kicked the midwife in the head on accident because it was crazy. And then I scratched my husband on the back of his neck because he was helping me. And then but she had did this to get the baby, like to twist her like a certain way, and she got her to where her shoulders, it's like my shoulders be broad. I yelled so loud. The nurse said I broke her ears. I know I did. I said, "I apologize." She heard me on the phone. She was on the way. She was like, "I heard you, girl." I screamed so loud when them shoulders came out, but she was out, and I had my baby on me, and it was so sweet. I'm gonna insert a picture if I can, so y'all can see. And I had my baby at the birthing center, and I was the only one there, y'all. And this was at 1:30 in the morning. That's when I had my baby girl, and she was 8 pounds 11 ounces. It was 11 or 14 ounces. I think 14 ounces, and 21 inches long. She was a big baby. So that was my little pumpkin butt. She had all this beautiful hair, and I was able to just relax. And it's so much different from the hospital, and like they take care of you. I had my snacks because they don't really have too many things, so you make sure you bring anything you want. Pretty much, I was supposed to have a water birth, but that didn't work out. I technically had a water birth. I was in a bath at home, and then I came to the birthing center. But it was relaxing. The room is like your own bedroom, basically. They basically do everything that a hospital would do. Give you all the supplies you need, as far as the postpartum care. When they had to press on my belly, that was crazy. I hate that part, but she was there. She latched on really good when it came to breastfeeding and everything. She was ready to go. Okay, my baby was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm here now. And she was so sweet, and oh my god, she was perfect. And it was just me and my husband, and I made sure my husband got some sleep. I got some sleep too, you know. It's like we get in sleep, but we really don't know we sleep. That's how tired we be afterwards. But they let you just do what you want. They come and check our temperatures and make sure we're okay, and then eventually they'll let you leave that same day. So you can stay as long as you want, but if you want to leave that day, you can. So that's what we did. We left around 6 in the morning, went home, and we just rested home, and before we went to go get my son later in the day. And that's what we did. And I had my baby girl, and she was there. It was so nice. It was just relaxing. She came out healthy. Even though it was during the pandemic, it was everything and more. So it's peaceful, no complications, no nothing. So I was like, if I could do that all over again with that way, I would. That's how you're supposed to have a birth, okay? My baby came out like a gangster, and her mama was a G too, because I was not, okay, natural all the way. And the crazy part is, I didn't even tear this time. No tears at all. So I really glad I did my research and read up on a lot of stuff, watched a lot of positive birthing videos with people that had midwives and who had their children at a birthing center. And then the birthing center was great. It's a Savannah Midwifery or Midwife Birthing Center is what it's called. And check it out if you're there. They are perfect. You meet every midwife there because you don't know who you're going to get at the time. So that was so nice, and it was just great, a great experience. Like, even though my pregnancy was kind of up and down as far as my experience with them and my birth, A1, y'all, A1. So the next video that I'm going to do is my top 10 tips on the birthing center, because I did top 10 tips on having a child at the hospital. So I'm definitely gonna do that for you guys, because like I said, having it at the birthing center is the way to go. So yeah, so thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. And comment, come say hello to the people. Say hello to the people, since you want to keep interrupting my video. So comment, like, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Say hello. Look at the camera. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey, YouTube. So yeah, so we're gonna head out, you guys, and you guys have a good rest of your day, and bye.
Yeah, bye.